She earned her fame after escaping North Korea and wrote a book on the atrocities she faced. When she was 13 years old in 2007, she fled North Korea for China, then relocated to South Korea and finally the US. Park debuted in the public eye in 2011 on the television program Now On My Way to Meet You. Because of her family's affluent lifestyle, Park gained the nickname Paris Hilton from her stories. She claimed she witnessed her mother being sold off and made to wed a Chinese farmer, and she suffered ongoing physical exploitation at the hands of a human exploiter. Afterwards, Park hiked through the Gobi Desert to Mongolia, where he sought safety before traveling to South Korea. Park, now 24 and living in Chicago with an American spouse and a young son, told NBC News that propaganda was injected into every school lecture. Kim Jong-il, the father of North Korea's current leader, was revered as a deity, his portrait hanging in every home. Indoctrination made questioning one's conditions almost impossible, and expressing disagreement with the regime may threaten one's entire family. "I just never learned to think critically," she admitted. However, smuggled international DVDs such as Titanic provided a glimpse of life outside of the oppressive, impoverished pariah state. Park initially found it difficult to see how a 3-hour film could be made on a love affair rather than celebrating a regime. Park was born close to the Chinese border in the northern city of Hessen. Her father imported stolen metals into China after engaging in the black market selling of Chinese-made items such as rice, sugar, cigarettes, and clothing. She was once taken into custody and placed in a camp for forced labor. She talks of a childhood marked by terrible cold, starvation, and intermittent electricity, interspersed with moments of comfort but largely deprivation. There were so few days with the lights on that they were considered holidays. All she wanted was a landline in her house. Yunmi, Park's elder sister, fled to China in 2007 when she was 16 years old. Park crossed with her mother in the hopes of meeting up with her there. What ensued was a perilous, months-long trip via a network of human sellers. When Park crossed the border into China, she claimed that one of the brokers attempted to violate her, but her mother gave herself up instead. Eventually, her mother was traded as a wife to a rural Chinese farmer. Park told of striking up a type of business deal with her bootlegger, who promised to return her to her parents provided she became his Xiao Zai Fu, or mistress. Deportation to North Korea, where one would probably face jail or execution, was the other option. Park took part in the bootlegging operation as a shepherd for other female North Korean defectors and endured multiple acts of physical violation. Park believed that only animals could be purchased and sold prior to her ordeal. Park declared, "I lost faith in humanity. I was unable to trust males ever again. I detested males. I detested people. How in the world can individuals sell one another?" Park's go-between kept his end of the agreement. He brought her mother back and got her father into China through illicit transport. Weeks later, her father passed away from colon cancer. Park and her mother eventually came to another North Korean woman, who informed them that defectors to South Korea were granted refugee status. One night in March 2009, Park and her mother crossed the border between China and Mongolia in the nearly freezing Gobi Desert with the help of Christian missionaries running an underground railroad. They then ran away to South Korea. Park was eventually reunited with her sister in South Korea, over 7 years after they had split up. Her mother is taking medication and trying to get better after years of trauma. She gave a well-received address at a Young Leader meeting in Dublin, Ireland, in 2014. In order to write her memoir, Park relocated to the United States and enrolled in Columbia University's Unconventional School of General Studies, which emphasizes human rights. After giving birth to a boy last week, she is taking a break from her studies. Park also provided guidance on the Disrupt North Korea program to the Human Rights Foundation. Through its Flash Drives for Freedom initiative, the group uses balloons to deliver USBs containing South Korean soap operas, K-pop, and Hollywood films to North Korea. Park wants to give the North Korean people a more sympathetic portrayal in international media. She claimed that despite having the same emotions and same dreams as everyone else, they are too frequently portrayed as robots. One day, Park hopes to be able to go back to her birthplace. "I think that North Korea will change within my lifetime, as nothing lasts forever.